This is all happening very quickly. The ruble's value is tanking as we speak. The Russian central bank is boosting its key interest rate to 20%. Is all of this a sign that the U.S. and its allies' sanctions are actually working? And how is this interest rate hike protecting the ruble from further collapse?
Hey, everybody. It's Eddie from Tokyo. This is your cryptocurrency update from Japan. And yes, we're going to talk a little bit about Russia. Also, there's some huge news coming out for the XRP holder and a new CBDC. That would be a central bank digital currency. The logo design, I think it's going to put a smile on your face. But first, let's just take a look at the market. We are almost at a $2 trillion market again. The entire market is pumping. It's pumping strong. Quant up 10% at $117. XRP up 7% at 76 cents. BTC up 13%, 43,551 at the time of this recording. Ethereum up 11% at 2,900. Gala up 12%. VeChain up 14%. Near up 21%. And look at Luna up 25% at $93. I think it's going to be going over 100 quite soon. Okay, we are going to get right into this video, so let's go. I'm just really trying to pay attention to all areas of cryptocurrency in what is going to impact it with the situation that we have in Russia. Here, there is a Times of India article from the 7th of February. And Russians own, according to this, 12% of the world's crypto assets, worth about 214 billion. And with the fall of the ruble, I'm just was, really curious, are we going to see a lot of sell pressure coming from this part of the world? Obviously, with today's market, I don't think you can say there is a lot of sell pressure. Now, the trading volume from Russia is about 5 billion annually. So that just does give you some insight as to what that impact might be. And the stock market in Russia did not open on Monday, and nor did it open on Tuesday. Everything is just so difficult to predict much further than a few hours out because the situation is so fluid. I don't know if that market is going to open up tomorrow. And if you are looking for someone good to follow on Twitter, there is Josh Lipsky. He is part of the Atlantic Council, the Geoeconomic Center. I think his Twitter feed is really resourceful. He has recorded Twitter spaces that he's participated in. He also is interviewed by mass media all across the globe. And the stats like this one, I think, is interesting. So where is Russia's money? The location of Russian central bank's foreign exchange reserves. So this is the money that has been frozen. You can see China holds 17.7%. Now they have access to that, but France, who has 15.6%, frozen. Japan, 12.8%, frozen. Germany, 12%. US 8.5%, the BIS and the IMF have 6.4%, and the UK at 5.8%. All of that is frozen. So it's just really fascinating to see the amount of communication and the live updates that are occurring on the SNS platforms, particularly on Twitter, just like nothing I've ever experienced before. So I will continue to look and always start, really focusing in on how this is going to impact the crypto space. All right, let's jump to a story that is just huge for the XRP holder. All right, jumping to something that's quite significant. This is Tranglo. It is a payment partner of Ripple. Ripple has a 40% stake in this company, and they just announced today that they are going to enable on-demand liquidity across all of their 25 payment corridors. Yes, this is after a successful pilot that they had last September. Now, the story is big because it was covered across the globe. It really was. You can see that the digital asset XRP used as a bridge for that liquidity to move from fiat to another fiat, eliminating that parked money in countries that are part of that destination. They don't have to be parked for that banking partner to access. That's just tied up capital. That doesn't make you lean or mean. It doesn't make sense when you can do it this way. And plus, XRP provides that settlement, actual settlement that happens in 3 to 5 seconds. SWIFT does not settle. SWIFT just has a messaging system. So you can see here, we've got an article that covered it in Vietnam, and then there was an article that covered it in Spain, and an article that covered it in Italy. It was just really across the board. Everybody was very interested in this story. The parent company of Tranglo is TNG. TNG is a fintech group in Hong Kong, and Alex Kong is the group CEO and founder. I want to play just a short for you. It's something that I made, and you'll be able to hear a little bit from Mr. Kong. Here you go.
So Alex, lots has changed, since you graduated from the Fintech Innovation Lab. You've raised your Series A.
Yes.
Please tell us a little bit about, what has changed for you and how has the lab benefited from you since you've graduated and become an alumni?
A lot of changes. I must say, when I first met you, we were as a really young startup. We are still a young startup, but our team was small, less than 30 people. After 1 year, almost 1.5 years, we are now going to about 500 people. Remittance is a start for first step to get into the financial services. Then we wanted to offer them with other wealth management, investment, insurance to have better protection to the financial future.
Well, that was my first short. I hope you liked it. And you can see that Accenture helped TNG get its start in the industry. And as you also heard, remittances, it's just the first step to open up to other financial services. It's the same for SBI. Have a look at SBI's network. You can see that they are building out their financial services across mostly Asia. And like Tranglo, they have enabled ODL to be used in Vietnam, Cambodia, Thailand, South Korea. That is the RippleNet rails that are laid, and we have those official announcements that back that up. The payment rails that are being put across the globe, once the regulation is in place, XRP can be used. Now, if you understand how a lot of that is going to take place, XRP is going to sit in a wallet whereby it can be drawn off of. And in some cases, there'll even be a 60-day loan system where you can actually have it on a credit basis. Now, you want to have as much XRP tied up into those liquidity corridors as possible because it's a simple supply and demand. If you've got supply that's being set aside, used for that global liquidity, it will have a direct impact on demand. There's a huge circulating supply, and there are thousands of corridors, but this company is on the right track, building out those rails and eventually covering the globe so that all those wallets can be used and drawn off of to create that global liquidity. So you've got the impact on the supply, which has the impact on demand, and supply and demand have a direct impact on price. Yes, we are on the way. And moving right along to the Jamaica's central bank digital currency, it's almost here. That CBDC, they had a national contest, and it was to design the logo. That is the logo. And you're probably saying to yourself, well, what in the world is that? Well, I will tell you in a moment. The CBDC is going to be called the Jam Dex, and the slogan is no cash, no problem. And what that is a representation of their national fruit and the national dish, which is ackee and saltfish. I'd love to know if you've tried it. I have not, and it does look good. And if you happen to be in the Northeast, in England, New England to be exact, there is going to be a crypto conference. It's the Northeast CryptoCon, and Santiago Velez is going to teach Web 3.0. I would love to hear him speak. He's such an intelligent man. It's going to take place at the Heinz Convention Center, March 19th and 20th. All right, you have officially jumped into the fluff, and I have something to share, which is a little bit interesting. Coca-Cola is testing a new product here in Japan. It's called Bon Aqua, and they're going to have dispensers where you can fill up or refill your plastic bottle. It's to reduce the throwaway PET bottles, and you'll be able to choose from 5 different waters: a sparkling strong, sparkling light, cold, or room temperature, or a hot, 85 degrees Celsius. That's hot when you think about the boiling point being 100 degrees Celsius. So I don't know. I'm kind of curious if this is actually going to be successful or not. Would I use it? Yeah, maybe I would. But wow, I'm really curious to see how this goes over. And you know what? We have cherry blossoms already down in Shizuoka. This is one of the first places that bloom. And these are some pictures that are on Twitter in the last just 3 days. It's looking quite beautiful. And I picked out my favorite photograph for you. This is with a Japanese white-eye bird that are all throughout Asia. They're so cute, so pretty. And Hawaii's lucky. They introduced this bird to Hawaii, and I think it does very well there. So if you are in Japan and are looking for your bird watching moment, these little guys are so cute. All right, everybody, do take care. Sayonara for now. Bye-bye.